I used to think like I had nothing interesting to say, and yet I wanted to say something so badly. And now it's the time to say something, you know? I don't have nothing of what I say is fairly profound, and yet I have this weird need, this desire to say something, you know? And I spend so much of my time inside a fucking van. I feel often so disconnected from the outside world when I'm inside of I call it my cocoon. When I'm inside of my cocoon, I feel um, in a cave, man, just inside, and disconnected. And I want to have an outlet for more than just drawing, more than just a drawing time lapse. That's been my most difficult thing that I've been dealing with for years now. Is is how do I say what I want to say in a way that properly fits within the media that I'm choosing to communicate with, right? So video, and but make it interesting, far more interesting than just a time lapse of a 2D image being created on a sheet of paper, right? And so that, because the drawings themselves, honestly, I have to admit, individually, I find them pretty boring, and not to devalue them in any way, but for me to create at the volume that I wish to create at, I need to detach myself from the subjects and from what I'm creating. And so they need to not really matter that much, you know, and the individual drawings need to not really matter that much, but the practice of drawing matters so much. It matters. It is everything to me. It is my entire reason to be alive, not drawing itself, but creating as a whole. Um, and it's the only thing that's keeping me here right now is the work and the future of what could be and what is currently. You know, I've recently become so at peace with death in a way that I've never felt before, and that only brings me, I don't know what it brings me, really. It's this feeling I've never really had before. Um, and it can't just be boiled down to the simplicity of happiness or sadness, you know. Um, and so I'm trying to, I'm working towards the act of creating as my everyday life, and in a way that I'm excited for. I'm whatever way that I possibly can make it exciting and interesting for me. That's what I'll do, and then I'll do it every single day because that's what I want to do. Right? It's something that I have to do, but it's a subject or thing that I've chosen to do because I want to do it. But okay, so that frames everything that I was talking about with just how important social media has to be for me. And it's not social media, right? It's I want to make films first, and then okay, where do they land on? You know, and then social media just fucking makes sense because that's the only thing that exists currently, and I'm creating at a volume and in such a way that it is the least amount of friction that's ever occurred to me in a long time. Anyways, I was about to say in my life, but that's not true. Um, and every time that I've looked back at when I was the happiest and most fulfilled, it was when I was creating every single day, and when I was posting on TikTok every single day, but not but again they had to line up with how I felt and what I wanted to do. And so there's this practice that I'm going to put forward and understand that it's going to be slowly inching forward, but if you do a little bit every single day, the work will get done at some point. It doesn't fucking matter. Like there's no, I don't have to sprint my way to the finish line anymore as long as I keep putting in the work a little bit every day.